Hey guys, Troy Francis coming at you from Warsaw in Poland with another video. You should never live with a woman. That's right, you should never live with a woman. Why not? Because it's a bloody nightmare. Or at least it can be a bloody nightmare. And the problem is that cohabitation often, maybe not always, but often signals the death of whatever kind of cool, sexy, fun relationship you were having before. Cohabitation is often the thing that kills it, and it's not just me saying this is the experience of literally hundreds of other dudes that I've spoken to over the years and exchanged notes about this with. Cohabitation just messes everything up, basically. Why is that? Well, a big factor in sexual attraction, in maintaining sexual attraction, is the potential for loss. Okay? Maybe that doesn't make sense, or maybe that seems counterintuitive, so let's unpack that. The potential for loss. So when you meet somebody and you guys are dating, but you're not living together, and maybe you haven't even promised exclusivity or anything like that, then there's always that chance that you could just leave one day. You could just say, hey, listen, I'm not feeling this anymore. And you could just pull out of it. And she's going to be very aware of that, okay? She's also going to be aware that, particularly if you've got your shit together, you look decent, you know, you've got some social nous about you, that there are other attractive women out there. And there is the chance that, you know, you might get ensnared by one of those and you might leave her ass for somebody else. So there's that potential for loss there, and that sparks competition anxiety, okay? That sparks sexual competition anxiety, okay? And so she is going to do her best to be on her good behavior so that she keeps hold of you, basically. And kind of vice versa as well, because you may think, well, we're not in something exclusive, you know, we're not in something that's defined, and also we're not living together. You don't know what she's doing on Thursday night, you don't know what she's doing on Friday night, so it's probably going to keep you on your best behavior as well, okay? It's probably going to keep you not simping for her, but, you know, looking good, working out, being in your best possible shape, giving it 110%, because you probably subconsciously want her to stay on side as well. So it kind of keeps both of you in line. When you live together, you move in together, that competition anxiety largely disappears. Okay, largely disappears. I mean, it doesn't disappear entirely, because yes, you could argue, well, if you're out all day or you're at work, theoretically you could do something, you could have an affair with somebody else while you're at work, or she could do the same thing while she's at work or whatever. But really, for the most part, that competition anxiety is dissolved because you're coming back to the same place every night, right? You are sleeping in the same place and you're coming back to that same apartment together every night. So you kind of know it's a lot harder for you or for her to be going off with somebody else, to put it crudely, okay? She is therefore going to feel a lot safer in the relationship as a result. And then she's not going to feel the need to work hard to placate you in the way that maybe she did before, okay? And also, she's gonna relax, because basically what you've done is you have put yourself into a jail of your own making. You've willingly put yourself into a situation where she's kind of got the upper hand, in the sense that she knows now your balls are in a vice to some extent. It's not as easy for you to cheat. You're not going to be able to cheat. Not that you necessarily would have done, but you understand what I mean. Like that potential is now cut off. And because she knows that she's got your balls in a vice, that inherently makes you somewhat less attractive. It makes you somewhat less of the prize. She doesn't have to win you anymore. She's already won you over. And you know what it's like. As soon as somebody's won somebody over, then they're like, yeah, okay, what's the next challenge? On to the next thing. You know, what's the next shiny, exciting challenge that I have to overcome in my life? It's no longer this dude. this dude was this carefree alpha who was going around doing his own thing, you know, being a Chad, whatever you were doing before, and now I've got him locked down. He has to put the bins out every Thursday night. He has to clean the potato peelings off the kitchen sink. He has to load the dishwasher, and yeah, I've got him betaized, you know? I've got him locked down like a nice little beta cuck, and there's nothing he can do about it, okay? And so the power, the leverage that you once had has been completely given over, okay? And ironically, what often happens is that women then become less attracted as they chip away at your autonomy, as they chip away at your singleness of purpose as a man, okay? As you fall more into her frame, you become less attractive because you've dropped your guard, all right? And then she's ironically now comparing you to, you know, the alpha Chad personal trainer at Equinox who isn't living with his girlfriend because he hasn't got cucked out like that. You know, he is young, footloose, fancy-free, and careless. And then you're thinking, well, that's really unfair because it was her idea that we moved in together in the first place, and now she's resenting me for it? That's really unfair. Well, yes, it is, but that's the way things go, okay? Which is why you shouldn't move in with her in the first place. Now, I've only lived with a couple of women in my life. Both times it was a disaster. It's not something I'm keen to repeat. Living together just takes away all of the excitement. It takes away all of the mystique that you would otherwise have, and I believe is essential in a sexual relationship. Now, you might say, yes, Troy, but it's not all about sex. It's not all about, you know, there's so much more to it than that. How can you be so shallow? And yes, you're right. Of course, it's not all about sex, but attraction, and attraction is rooted in sex, okay, is at the base of any kind of romantic relationship. That's just the way it is, particularly in the modern world, because we're not now in some sort of arranged marriage type situation in the West anyway, where people, you know, it's a contract. It is very much based in romantic love, and romantic love is founded in attraction, and when that attraction goes, there's very little incentive for the parties to remain in the relationship, right? It's just like, well, I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm not, the feels have gone, you know, the butterflies aren't there anymore. So guess what? I'm going to up and leave. I'm going to go off with the dude from the Equinox gym, you know, she might say. So don't move in. Don't move in together, because when you move in together, it's going to fuck it up royally, okay? And you don't want that to happen. And also as well, you would think, well, okay, we're going to live together. It's going to be really nice, and you know, it's going to calm me down, and I'm going to have a lot more time to work on my mission, you know, do the stuff that I need to do. Not necessarily the case, because what you might find is that she's nagging you to paint the spare room and to re-grout the bathroom and to, you know, retile the whatever. And actually you end up doing a lot of domestic bollocks that you probably wouldn't have done otherwise, or you wouldn't have found necessary to do otherwise, that just gets in the way of you working on yourself as a man and actually getting towards the goals that you have for yourself. So don't move in with her. It's a load of bollocks. You'll only regret it. You'll probably end up splitting up 5 minutes later anyway, and you can thank me later. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like, write a comment below. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Please share this. And if you want to jump on a call with me to discuss potential coaching, you can do that. There's a link below. You can book a free 15-minute discovery call. And I will see you guys again very soon. Bye-bye.